Okay, okay.
Welcome to qualifying for the final race of the season. Very big race right here. It's going to be very intense, and there will be penalties if rules aren't followed. I'm also in a call with the two Williams drivers, both fighting for the championship. They've won the constructors, and it is raining.
Wait, it's like high.
Are you enjoying the rain?
Don't tell me it's raining.
Yeah, it's raining. It is.
Oh my god, it is. Oh my god, it's full wet. What about race? Race is sunny, so I'm gonna put on that setup.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
no.
I wouldn't. When I'm talking to you, I wouldn't say your strategies
Why?
because I'm streaming.
Right, I need to go and get some practice laps.
Wait, Leo, check fuel.
I don't need to. I'm just going out practice laps. It's on seven laps. So
2, 8.
Where do you think you're going to finish in the race?
P1.
Louis Fortnite?
Who's Jeremy?
Louis Fortnite, where are you finishing in the race?
P1.
Yeah, but two people can't finish P1.
Well, he won't finish.
Well, I'm on Inters. Okay.
Yeah, into the tower to be honest.
Oh my, you've spun at the exit of the pit lane. Louis Fortnite has actually spun. I don't think you're winning this race, by the way. He's broken his front wing. And Joe's also spun at the exit of the pit lane, and now he's been disqualified. So,
What, disqualified?
Yep,
Who has?
Joe. For blocking the pit lane. Got disqualified as he spun in it. Oh dear. So Louis Fortnite has not only made his tyres slightly less fresh, he has also broken a front wing. So congratulations. And there is a restart of the lobby, so everybody back out.
Perfect.
No, come on.
Perfect, because I fucked it.
You actually...
Wait, no,
There's
you
no
can't
way
stay on
you are
stream.
winning this race. You can't even control it out of the pit lane. How are you going to control it side by side?
I actually have to mute Chris, I'm not gonna lie.
No, you don't mute him. You'll just
Can't
deafen
mute
when he wants to.
Yeah.
No, I can mute you.
5 place group penalty.
Yeah, if you do that, you get
Yeah,
5
he's gone
plays.
quiet
5 plays to. That's facts. If you mute him, it's an automatic 5 goes per penalty.
I think it's also because people were joining.
Wait, it's not automatic.
I predict that Leo is going to win the title, mainly because Louis Fortnite has just spun at the exit of the pit lane, and Rish... I mean, he is leading the championship, but it's between Rish and Leo to win. Because I have no faith for Louis Fortnite. Because he's just awful. Louis Fortnite, I was just talking on the stream how good you were. Louis Fortnite? You just gonna ignore me? I literally just said on the I literally said on the stream
Get
how
out.
good you were.
Get out.
Do you mean?
Get out.
You're the second
Get
driver.
into Letitia's car.
Yeah.
I was just waiting, man.
Daniel, have you got me muted?
No.
Okay. Because I was talking about how good you are.
Yeah, get out of. Yeah.
Q4. You already clicked on it as well. You clicked on my name.
I didn't. I clicked this
You,
button.
you definitely did. You definitely did.
Right, so I'm sitting on my.
Very childish behaviour in Williams, considering that they are fighting for the championship. Very childish. Very, very childish. So, I don't know what's going to happen, considering that we have two drivers with a combined mental age of about 5, both fighting for the championship. So that won't be too great for them, but we do have Resh who will probably win in the Ferrari. Haas also looking to score their first point of the season. Only team not to score. And then we have a battle for 4th in the championship between Medita and Enver. So Nathan. Nine players in the lobby so far. Hopefully it is wet race, so there's absolute chaos. How many people do you think are going to finish the race?
1, and that's me.
Okay, Louis Fortnite. Listen, Louis Fortnite, I'm interviewing you. Can you at least answer the question?
What?
How many people do you think are going to finish the race?
I don't care. 9.
9. So you don't think anyone's DNFing? You see, you're just really bad at predictions. I understand why you thought Hamilton was going to win the title.
But
Louis Fortnite, this is the most screen time you're ever going to get, so you may as well at least roll along with it. We want a wet race, we want a wet race, we want a wet race.
we do want a wet race.
Chat has literally been chanting wet race, wet race, wet race.
Who is it? Alex.
No, me.
Oh.
So they'll be very disappointed if it's not a wet race. We have Bram, who has won last race in the Aston Martin,
Check settings.
and everybody now is readying up.
Reduce damage. Hey.
I mean, Daniel, that helps you, doesn't it? Short qualifying goes again. Hopefully it is wet yet again. We're going to have our main reaction of the drivers.
It's dry this time.
Is it dry race?
Yeah.
Is it?
Ah, that's a shame.
I think so. I've not loaded it. I can't see, but I think so.
Oh, so
I hope it
you're
is.
just guessing
I
because of the
really,
background.
Yeah.
really hope it
Yeah,
is.
background
Yeah.
won't tell anything.
It is.
I mean, Louis Fortnite, you're the
You
one who
haven't
hasn't
loaded it yet.
loaded. You haven't loaded it. We're waiting for you, and I think it's empty.
Have you loaded it?
No.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Have you loaded it?
We're waiting for you.
Yeah.
What?
You literally.
Oh,
we're
my
all
game
waiting
just
for you.
gone weird.
Oh, that means you're out of qualifying.
Okay,
Qualifying ban.
Oh, there we go.
Ah,
Oh.
very lucky
Is
there.
it wet?
Oh no!
Wow. It's been a bit of a wet race.
Is it a wet
It's been a
race?
wet race.
That is gonna be amazing for the fans. All 5 of them. How many concurrent viewers do we have? Let me check. We have 5, so I was correct. What a guess.
Let's go.
So this race is going to be interesting. And has
So
Louis
just break
Fortnite
it.
spun at the pit lane? No,
You're going
he
to
hasn't this
disqualified.
time. So Nathan is the only one on mediums, and we have everyone else on the soft tyres. We're going to be listening to onboards from Lumi, Fortnite, and Leo of their sweaty of Gloomy Fortnite, Sweaty Fortnite gameplay. We have around half the drivers on their outlaps. We've got 10 drivers in the lobby, so if you guarantee points no matter what. I'm assuming the Williams drivers are giving each other's toes, am I correct?
Where was that?
Are you giving each other toes on the straight?
No.
Okay.
Championship rivals, I don't care.
I mean, he could give you a toe and you could maybe give one back. 3 drivers on mediums, Empty, Bram and Nathan.
Thinking about it, I don't think there are going to be safety cars, you know.
And we are now going to go on board with Joe Witt, who is the first driver on track. Through turn 1, third gear, has to lift going through turn 2, and now he gets to the first DRS zone of the 2 on the circuit. Sector 1 is purple, no surprise that, but Dan has another purple Sector 1, and Leo then goes purple Sector 1, so currently Leo is quickest out of the 3 drivers, but Bram does not go purple. That is because he is on an outlap, and Medita, I'm not sure if he has gone purple, but Gloomy Fortnite is getting up the back of Joe, so he will be ruining his lap with some dirty air here, and that will not help the Williams driver in his pursuit of the World Championship. So he is now going through the end of Sector 2, and he has gone quicker than Joe throughout the dirty air, as Avix or Bobo... and Avix is crashed out. Avix is out.
Oh.
And Dan crosses the line and goes P1 with a 107.8, and then Leo crosses 3 tenths back,
What was your time?
and Joe with
I made a
backed
mistake.
off at the end of the lap.
Wait, you 108.1.
But
Yeah, I
Bobo
made a mistake.
also on a fairly decent lap. Bobolowski for the Alpine team, as Medita goes P3, a little bit behind Leo, and Bobolowski crosses the
Where's hit the
line
wall?
and goes P2, 200ths behind Dan. And Joe Witt is off the track in the Sector 1, so he is now going back round. But Avix, the only driver out of this session so far. Empty is on an outlap. Rish, the championship leader, is in the pits, and Bram is currently on a lap on the medium tyres, as Joe has now parked up on the side, or is he just spun for the second time? Not too sure. But Bobo is slowing down slightly to cool his tyres, as Leo has one invalidated.
I'm not gonna lie, Joe Witt got the way of my
We're going to
lap.
go
He's probably
on board
yeah.
for Bram, and he's going to cross the line, and
Oh,
he
you've been upfront
goes
about that there.
P4 on the medium tyres, 8 tenths behind Loomy Fortnite. Loomy Fortnite, what's your thoughts on Joe Witt? You getting a bit of dirty air from him throughout your lap?
I gotta wait for you either, eh?
Loomy Fortnite,
Yeah,
what are your
muted.
thoughts on getting dirty air throughout your lap?
Oh, yeah, have you got Christiati muted? He's
But-
trying to do a quick interview.
No, I'm just not talking to him.
Yeah, but I'm asking you a question. Can you answer the question? What are your thoughts on getting dirty air throughout the middle of your lap and towards the end of it?
That's cringe. Trust me.
I will actually give you a penalty for not interacting with the commentator.
Facts.
Louis Fortnite, just what are your thoughts on Joe Witt giving you a bit of dirty air while you were both on your flying laps?
Well, if I give my perspective,
Well,
I don't think it
empty,
made
fastest
a
sector
difference.
2 on the medium tyres, goes through DRS, and he's going to cross the line, and he goes P5 just behind Bram on the medium tyre. That is most important, as
Okay.
Leo is now coming out of the pit lane on the medium tyre, and we have Empty just passing him on the back straight. as
Joe
Joe
Witt's
Witt has
Yeah,
retired,
he just
and
released
that was
his
in the
lap. Why are you going out
pits.
mediums?
It's the strategy.
Lumi Fortnite, how do you feel now that Joe Witt has
Are you
retired
out?
from the session, meaning that you might not get dirty air on your lap?
Oh, Wobolowski's lost his front wing. I think he's had a bit of an incident.
Run.
Let's go on board with Leo as he starts his medium tyre lap. Bit of a lock up into turn 1, going through turn 2, loses the rear end and he is backing off the lap. Rish, the championship leader, the only driver not to set a lap, he is still in the pit lane. But we're now going to go on board with Dan as he's going to set his second lap, who is currently on provisional pole and refusing to answer any of the questions that I have thrown his way. Loses the rear end slightly going through turn 2, but now he's going to enable DRS, and let's see his first sector time. It is a 16.69, fastest first sector, and he invalidates going through the exit of turn 4. Lumi Fortnite, is that going to change your strategy, being on slightly less fresh tyres if you're starting on these? Nathan sets the fastest sector 2, and he's now gone around the final corner and he's getting up to the DRS zone, enables DRS, and he's going to push to the line, and he sets a lap that is 1.2 tenths off provisional pole position, up in P3 ahead of Leo and Bram, as there is a yellow flag in the middle sector for Meditor, who is slowed down slightly on his outlap, I believe.
Go on board with Dan.
As we are now on board with Dan, fastest sector 1 again by just shy of a tenth to his previous best. Now going through sector 2, he will have a few cars up ahead that he needs to pass as he passes Bobolowski, the man 200ths behind him, and Nathan, both of them on in-laps or out-laps. So very well done from them for getting out of the way. And now he has a free run to the line, no cars in the way, so no dirty air, unlike his previous lap, which has got him on provisional pole. And through sector 2, fastest sector 2 by 89 thousandths of a second, and now he enables DRS and goes up to the line, taking the short run, crosses the line, improves to 1:07.7. So improved by about 1/10 on that lap. Lumi Fortnite, do you think you can improve more on that lap time to try and get pole position for the season finale?
I don't think he can, personally.
Okay.
I think his last lap is going to be a invalidated.
As Bobo has spun at the exit of turn 1, and he probably has lost his front wing there, over pushing slightly, as Empty needs to take avoiding action, so he is now going to go for a second
I've
lap.
got one lap older. I've got 2 lap softs now, as I started.
Yeah,
the lap,
I asked you that question earlier and you didn't reply. I asked, is that going to change your strategy slightly? Yep, Bobolowski has lost an M plate on his front wing for the Alpine team. Rish is now starting his lap, and now going through sector 1. He is the championship leader. First lap he will be setting. Not 16.9 sector 1. So that, how far is that off Dan? It is 3 tenths down on Dan through sector 1. Now going in sector 2, he passes Medita, who is on an in-lap, I believe. A little bit of a lock-up going through the middle sector, but he's going through the twisty part where in 2019 Lewis Hamilton made a very bad move on Alex Albon, causing him to lose his first podium, and Lewis also losing a podium due to a 5-second time penalty. Through the middle sector, Rish has a 51.9, so he's now going to go through the final corner, and he's going to enable DRS, and he's going to cross up to the line, and he crosses the line, and he goes P5, 4 tenths off Dan.
That's bad. Let's go, bro. My lap was too good. My lap was too slick.
But Lumi Fortnite, do you believe in the last 6 minutes of the session that you can improve on a 107.7?
I reckon I could, because my middle sector I kind of fucked. There was one bit in the middle sector where I you know the long right on like 5th corner.
No one cares.
Where I like fucked it and lost like a tenth and a half.
Wait, you can't be swearing on the street.
Lumi Fortnite, the main question is, how is your strategy going to differ from Austria when you had that very poor race on wet tyres?
We don't talk about that.
After pitting multiple times.
It's my first sector where I've gained all the time. I got 16.6 first sector and it was clean.
Leo, how much do you think you can improve on your previous lap time of a 1:0?
17.
How much?
5 tenths, I think.
5 tenths. That would put you on that pole position.
Right. Good luck, Leo. I'm not going for another lap.
As Martin Brundle once said, the good drivers could go out on their second lap and find 2 tenths, but the great drivers can go out and find 5 to a second. 5 tenths to a second of a lap.
I don't need to go out again because I'm happy with my time and I want to save a set of softs.
Lumi Fortnite, won't that hinder you, considering that you're on a slightly more used set of softs? As Bram goes P1, 2 tenths quicker than Lumi Fortnite. We were not paying attention to that lap at all. But what a lap from Bram. He switches over to the soft tyres and he absolutely smashes the competition. P1 with a 107.44. Lumi Fortnite, does that change your strategy at all now, going out on again to try and get pole position?
I might go out and let's just see how it goes. I'll back out. I'm not improving. Miss the apex.
Empty setting up a lap.
You didn't. Okay, you lost a half tenth doing that.
And Empty takes a shorter run to the line, unlike the usual longer one. But down into turn 1, keeps it very clean. Turn 2, very clean so far from Empty going through the first sector. Enables DRS, short shifts up to 8th, and his first sector time is matching his previous time with 6 thousandths down as he invalidates going through the exit of turn 4. That's the main part where people have been invalidating. Rish is on an outlap, looking to improve on 6 to 7 tenths down on Bram. But Leo invalidated on his lap, so he's gonna, if he does get pole, he's gonna be on the same age tyres as Lumi Fortnite. Any drivers currently on a lap? There is no one on a lap now, as Leo is going to set a lap now as he starts, as he crosses the pit. Finish straight. As Leo invalidates going through turn 2, and we're now going to switch over to Empty going down into turn 1. He's looking not to invalidate going through turn 4 this lap. Very clean through turn 1 and turn 2, just like last time. Enables DRS up to 8th gear. Let's see how good his first sector is. It is a 10th up on his previous one. Now turn 4, this is where lots of people have been invalidating. He keeps it clean, and that is the fastest first sector out of anyone so far. And he almost gets held up by Leo, but Leo jumps out of the way very quickly. Going through sector 2, can Empty keep it up? I believe this is Empty, because he doesn't have a full name, but through Sector 2, going through the final 2 corners, he's kept it very clean lap so far, and now Sector 2 time is 3 tenths up on his previous best. That is a purple Sector 2, and he goes round the penultimate corner technically, but I would call it the final, and he now is going to enable DRS, and he's going to take the short run to the line, and he crosses the line and goes P1 by 14 thousandths.
Chris, my lap's getting validated because I was letting people past.
Okay.
I actually went out.
I went on Deafin and just went for Empty's lap. It was a perfect lap. Dan, how is that making you feel that you've dropped from P1, provisional pole, all the way down to P4 as Nathan improves, going 1/10 behind them?
Because I had a rush.
Oh, Rish has blocked me.
You're not on a lap though.
Yeah, I was. Because if I'm allowed to get this lap done. And he's just blocked me again. Like, I'm trying to go past him and get a lap in. He's blocked me twice. I'm trying to get past to set a lap.
Rish is also on a lap, I must say, Leo, so I feel like...
But he was slow. He was so slowed down.
Yeah, but this is a time lap.
No, he was slowed. Like, he was really slow down the
Medita
straight.
invalidated his final lap. So Medita, the best he can go is P8. But let's now go on board with Rish as he sets up his final lap as Medita is now retired. Going down into turn 4. So Rish starts his lap as well as Leo. Everyone is on a lap, but Dan has decided not to improve on his P4, which could be very risky as Bram improves, but he is now on his final lap. He improves now 7 thousandths behind Empty, but this is his last lap. He's 4 hundredths down going through turn 1, and he almost invalidates through turn 2, loses a bit of time as he goes wide there, turn 4, sorry. And we're also on board with Rish and Leo. Leo might be getting a slight amount of dirty air from Rish, but Leo and Rish both looking to improve on P6 and 7, considering that they're fighting for the championship. But Empty seems to be on pole as Bram has backed out of this final lap after a few mistakes. But we're going to go on board with Rish as he goes through the final corner. But Rish and Leo, can they take pole position off Empty? Can they even jump ahead of Dan as Rish goes to the line and crosses it, and he stays P6, and Leo stays P7. So that is the grid.
Wait, I just lost 6/10 down the straight.
That is the grid. So we have Empty on pole, Bram in P2, Nathan P3, Dan P4, Bobolowski P5, Rish the championship leader P6, Leo P7, Medita P8, Joet P9, and Avix in P10. So that is the grid. I wonder if we could maybe get a slight interview from any of them. But there is the grid. Very big task for Leo and Rish if they want to win this championship, but it all depends because anything can happen, as it is also a wet race, we must not forget, because a wet race could really throw a spanner into the works.
Stuffed hard.
Lumifon, considering that you're ahead of both of your championship rivals, would you have preferred it was a dry race than a wet race, considering that you're more likely to make a mistake in the wet conditions?
Wait, what lap's it meant to go wet?
What?
What lap's it supposed to go wet?
What do you mean?
Well, it says it's going to go wet, isn't it? So...
No.
I don't know what lap.
It says at the top. How many things down is it?
This is going to be a huge race, but the team's championship is decided, so there will be no team orders as we start the formation lap. And we're going... Everyone is on the soft tyres. I must say they are all on fresh tyres, so I'm not sure what that's about. We're also going to be looking at penalties and position changes at the start, but at the start we're going to be looking at none of them. And we are also going to get rid of the telemetry. All we have 36 laps of racing, and then a world champion will be decided. But Bram and Leo slightly further back than you would have thought, considering that they are starting second or seventh. But the strategy could be soft, hard, soft, medium. I don't think it's going to be any of them, because I know that rain is coming during the race, as the weather report has told us that. As they are lining up on the grid for the final race of the season of 2021, before we move to next season, where there will be team principals and F2 Academy, as well as a lot of new drivers and a lot more challenges. For all I know currently is that the Williams drivers are moving over to Haas, so they will be the two drivers to look out for as Bram takes his spot P2 on the grid. As M Blue has somehow joined the lobby. I have no clue who he is, but we do not care. As the lights turn on, and it is lights out, and away we go. Bram gets an awful start, and that's Lumi Fortnite with wing damage there. Lumi Fortnite has run into the back of Bram, who may have stalled off the start, but Empty has the lead. 3 tenths behind is Nathan. Then there's Bobo. Then there's Rish. Then Bram, who caused the incident, starting P2. Then there's Leo, followed by Dan, who could have potential damage to his Williams, even though it is on reduced, as Leo goes behind Bram, maybe thinking about a move. Joe at 1.2 behind Dan already. And then there's Medita further back, and Avix already having a bit of a shocker of a race down in P10, but are very far back. But we're going to go on board with Leo, who has been looking strong throughout this season, being very consistent. But this is where it matters the most, as it is the championship finale. But Bobolowski, is he going to try and make a move on Nathan at the end of the straight? We're not sure, as Avix has gone into the wall, and is he out of this session? Could he be causing a safety car? He's reversing. He's still in the race, but I don't know what's happened to him, as Empty sets the fastest lap of the race. He might not even have damage, but for all I know, he has hit the wall in the middle of the lap, as there's been a collision at the back between just Empty. He may have spun going through the exit of turn 1, or he may have made contact with Joe. Leo very close to Bram as he sets the fastest sector 1, as Avix now pits for a new front wing, I must assume. Number 61 going through the pit lane currently. But Dan already losing, I would must say, a little bit of time to Leo so far. Currently, as it stands, Rish would be crowned world champion, with Leo, I believe, in second and Dan in third. The strategy, where anything can happen, as there is a wet race, as Leo locks up going through the final corner and goes slightly wide. That has given Dan a big chance to overtake him here, and he is also out of DRS range for lap 3, which will be very vital. Empty fastest lap 109.9. They're going to be going quicker, times are going to be tumbling, and Dan backs off there looking for DRS, going down into turn 4, and might be making a move there as Medita pits assuming for a new front wing, and Dan deploys DRS and ERS, and he goes past Leo, and then Leo goes back down the inside. Do they make contact? Dan is pushed off the track, but he still has the position. This is a very big battle between the two Williams drivers, but Dan does have the ERS advantage, and we also missed Bobolowski passing Nathan on that lap, but it was a very big battle between two of the championship battling drivers, and all three of them are in a row. We have Rish, Dan and Leo in that order in the championship, and this is the championship decider. Basically, whoever finishes higher wins it. Leo also gonna probably look for a move on Dan here, as he has DRS. Dan does not, due to Leo making that mistake last lap, as Bram fastest lap 109.911. Leo closes up to Dan as Joe Witt gets a 3-second time penalty. Leo makes a little bit of a mistake through there. Let's now check the tyres that everyone's on. Everyone on softs. 2 people are penalties, and that is Leo and Joe Witt. So that is not going to be great for Leo if he wants to keep his hand on the championship trophy. But he is closer to Dan, and Dan is actually losing time to Rish. So that will be very vital throughout the race. Currently, I would say Rish is in the hot seat to win it. Earlier, I would have said Dan when he was on provisional pole. But after that start, nothing much has happened. I've got a few questions for Dan, but I don't think now is a fitting time, as his teammate is really closing up to him here. Going through the final corner, can Leo get the run on Dan? They literally have the exact same amount of ERS, but Dan is not deploying it. Leo is, and he opens DRS. He's going to sail past on this straight. And that is a quicker lap for Leo, a lap improvement. Maybe now they work as a team to try and catch Rish. You two are in P6 and 7. Are you going to be interested in playing any team games to try and get past Rish, as he is the championship leader? Or are you two just going to fight amongst yourselves and lose even more time to the Ferrari?
We'll see.
Okay. So we currently have Leo second in the championship now, Dan third, and Joe has got his second 3-second time penalty, 6 seconds now, as well as Leo also has 3. Bram is on the back of Nathan though. Bram looking to get his second win in a row. He deploys DRS and ERS, and he gets past the McLaren of Nathan in the Aston Martin, and that is a fastest final sector. Bram up into P3, but he is slightly low on fuel. He is going for fuel saving, but he also has a lot of rain to come. And now he's going to be looking to catch up to the back of the Alpine of Bobolowski, as he has not got DRS, but Bram does. But we are going to go back onto Dan's POV, as there is a yellow flag for a spin by Avix, and he's made contact with the McLaren. Avix may have just cost Nathan, as Dan gets a 3-second time penalty, but Avix may have really hindered Nathan's race if Nathan does have damage, because that was a very high speed high speed when they touched. But we're going to go on board with Bram, as Avix is still having issues. I won't be surprised if he retires. But Bram might be looking to get past Bobolowski here, as he deploys DRS, not ERS, so he might be going for the second straight, as Avix has now retired from the session. Could be causing a safety car, but no safety car has been deployed by the FIA. But Bram very clean through that, and he's surely going to pass the Alpine on this straight. Not even using ERS, and he has so much more to use as well. But he wants this win. It's going to be a battle between Empty and Bram for this win. But so far, Rish is really, really far ahead. in terms of the championship. He's 2 3-second time penalties and another 2.3 seconds ahead of both Williams drivers. But Bobolowski, as Dan gets another 3-second time penalty, that's 6 seconds for Dan and 3 seconds for Leo. This drivers' championship could be slipping out of the constructor champions' hands.
As soon as wets come out, I'll be so gassed.
Do either of you think that penalties could come in at the end of the race, considering between you have 9 seconds worth of penalties?
Yes, because we're getting scammed.
I'm not
Bram-
sure how many
Bram's
warnings
Why
Rich
is
has
he
got,
pit?
as Bram has now pitted onto a set of medium
We just
tyres.
need to work together.
Did you see Avix having that incident?
Oh
As
my God,
Rich has spun. Rich has
is
spun
out.
and
That's
taken
huge,
out the
that's huge.
polystyrene.
No, I'm keeping behind. Just to keep the racing line. I don't want to make a move.
Rich, as it looks, doesn't have front wing damage, but as it stands, he still
Following you a little
would
too closely.
he would be second in the championship as it stands, as Leo would be winning the championship
That's so
Like how
huge.
much?
by I don't know how many points, but you would be winning because you've only got 3 seconds and he's 4.6 behind Dan. Dan's got 6 seconds. Bram looking like he's going for the undercut on empty, as he now has some nice fresh air, and he also is on at some fresh medium tyres, because those softs may be starting to drop off. As we're on board with Dan, is he going to try and pass his championship contender and his teammate? He has double the amount of ERS. Is that going to happen? He's going to have DRS as Rish has now pitted, and it is for a new front wing. I don't know if you lot know this, but Rish has pitted, and it has been for a new front wing, as well as a new set of soft tyres. But Leo, how do you feel defending against a man who has 100% ERS and only 6 tenths behind you?
We're gaining on Nathan.
We're not fighting. Oh my god. Quick question, do F1 esports guys use strict corner card?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Between you, would it be smart to let Dan pass, as he is a lot more ERS and could probably push more? As Bobolowski
Oh, but
pits,
well.
5-second time penalty for speeding
Just
in the
have
pit
that.
lane.
It's a 40.
Medita also 3-second time penalty.
Top.
The gap to leader is 19.8 for Bram, and that is even less. Every lap goes ahead because he's gone for the undercut. But is Empty going for straight to the wet tyres, even though it does not look overcast at all yet? But the Williams drivers are looking as a team to be ahead of Rish. But the gap ahead is a solid amount to the Williams drivers, and that is not going to help the Ferrari. As Medita and Joe Witt go side by side, Medita gets the position. Joe Witt down to P9 as he corner cuts and gets another 3-second time penalty, putting him up to 12 seconds. As Nathan gets a 3-second time penalty. That is his first of the race. We have 3 drivers, no penalties, as Joe gets another penalty and he is out. Joe is out of the session as he's crashed, and that is a
Oh my
virtual
God,
safety
you're
car.
So lucky.
How is that virtual safety car? How's that full
Come on,
safety car
safety
helped
car.
you?
Yes!
Bro.
Come on.
That has
If
also...
that was like 2 seconds early, it would be huge. Where's
I
the
must
safety
also-
car? Oh my God, the safety car's coming out. I need to beat it. I'm just fucking sending it past it. I'm past.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
That has also given...
Anyone who's behind me is getting caught. Right.
That has also really ruined Bram's race slightly, as he now no longer can get the undercut on Empty, as Empty is surely going to pit this lap.
Let's go.
Dan, are you going to pit this lap, or are you going to stay out?
Pit, so you get rid of your damage.
Where did he get the damage from? Was that off the start?
I'm not risking
Yeah, when he got rammed into Bram.
Well, he rammed into Bram. Bram didn't start.
Bram just didn't move off the start line. Should I pit onto medium or soft?
Soft.
Okay.
So I'm doing. We're behind the safety car, and then we've got time for.
You're confirming the 2-stop. Bram is behind on. Well, Bram will be ahead of you on the medium tyres. But there is also Bobolowski on hard tyres ahead of you.
Perfect. A box, front wing change. Are you getting held? How bad is
5 minutes till rain.
5 minutes, okay, good, I'm going soft. Gonna be front wing change.
Bram back up into P2, but I don't know. As empty pits and empty. Free pit stop onto mediums.
Pressure soften him.
Do you two think you can take the lead of the race, considering that 2 out of the 3 drivers ahead of you are on medium tyres?
Yeah.
This is fucking huge. That was the
But
biggest pit
also,
stop
would you say that
I'm so quick on these softs.
Would you say that the safety car has also given you a disadvantage,
so
considering that you were a whole pit stop ahead of your championship contender?
No. It doesn't matter, we're going on to wets anyway. And he's not very good in the wet, from what I remember.
Yeah, but you two both have 6 seconds time penalty, so this has really bunched up the field.
Who is it? Name the 3.
That's fine, because when we go on to the wets...
Name the 3 ahead. Name the 3 ahead.
And where Bram...
and then the dot go.
Empty.
And empty.
What's our plan?
Well, I'm gonna try and go for Nware, and then...
Bram's on mediums. Yeah. They're both on mediums. Have they boxed?
They boxed earlier, yeah.
No, empty pitted under the safety car. Bram went for the undercut, got unlucky with the safety car.
Unfortunate for him.
Do you two think you can take P1 and P2, considering that Bram and Empty both have the overwhelming pace throughout this race?
Where one weaves the other way. It's dead though, because we have 6 seconds and Rush has nothing. Don't try it.
I wasn't trying it, I just didn't expect him to break.
2 of the drivers behind you have no penalties. Does that worry you slightly, considering you have 6 seconds each?
No.
But considering one is your championship rival,
it's fine.
Medita is also only 3 seconds worth of penalties, so you two, both of you have the joint most penalties.
That's
out
fine.
Of everyone.
Because when it goes to wet, it'll space out.
Have either of you done any practicing in the wet?
No.
Then what makes you so confident being in the wet conditions?
Last time we raced in the wet, I came from 10th to 2nd, so...
What about you, Lumi Fortnite? You don't have a great history in the wet.
No, it's not coming this lap, is it?
I think it will.
No, who would have said nah?
Safety car is coming in this lap. I'm not sure who to go on board with. There are many drivers that we could go on board with. We're going to go on board with P5 to see the chaos ahead. So we're going to go on board with P6 because he is also the championship leader. As Empty has gone and it is not a great start for Rish, we're going to move ahead. Leo doesn't make the move. No one goes for any sends on this lap. But Leo is all over the back of Nathan and he's going to pull out of the slipstream, deploy ERS. It is a straight ERS battle and Leo is the inside line and he goes for it. Can Dan follow him through? No, he cannot. But is Dan going to go for a very risky move up here? he backs out of that one. But Bram also may be looking to make a move on empty after the safety car has not helped him, as Bobolowski may be thinking of a move, but Medita has hit the wall in Sector 2. That is really not great for him. The 3 drivers starting in the 3 last positions in qualifying are the 3 drivers that are in the last 3 positions in the race. But Leo trying to get past Bram, who he has the better tyres than, as it goes even more overcast. He's deployed all the ERS. He's going to go to the outside, and he sends one. He goes onto the grass slightly, so he's not going to keep the position. And that has put him very vulnerable to Nathan, who might come through behind him. This is not great for Leo currently, as he also has the 6 seconds penalties. But empty, solid out in the lead, as Bobolowski has lost a bit of time to Rish. But Rish at any point could come back and try and take the championship lead off the 2 Williams drivers. But there is a big DRS train starting to form. Wheel to wheel. Nose to rear. Dan goes a bit deep for there, almost running in the back of Nathan. But someone could just try and back up the pack. Leo makes the lock up there. That's going to really hinder his exit. And Nathan is side by side of him. They bang wheels slightly. But it's a straight drag race to turn 1. And Leo is using all his ERS. Nathan sitting back slightly. His DRS is now enabled. But Nathan has probably wondered that Leo is not the strongest around here. He's made a few mistakes. But he's going to go for the move here. He's deploying ERS. Something Leo doesn't have an abundance on, but he's backed out again. He might just be saving slightly, considering Leo not only has 20%, Nathan has double, and Dan has triple what Leo has, his teammate. And Rish also has around the same as Nathan, in the middle of between Nathan and Dan. But Bobolowski, has a bit of a moment there as he was starting to catch up yet again. That was almost a crash from Bobolowski. But some drivers looking for the rain to help them out slightly. Potentially Bram last race around Canada, where there was a bit of rain that really propelled him. 40 seconds winning that race by, so that was the best race so far. As Dan is going to try and get past Nathan to get behind his teammate here. Both deploying all their ERS. Dan sets the fastest lap. Tries to go around the outside. They make a little bit of contact. Can he keep it through? It looks like he might have invalidated there. But he gets up into P4. And they all stay within each other, as no mistakes really made, big mistakes by anyone so far since the safety car has come in. Dan, you made a little bit of contact with Nathan while overtaking him. As the rain starts to fall, does that was that anyone's fault there, or was it just a fairly normal overtake?
I'm not gonna lie.
What was the contact between you and Nathan about?
I'm gonna send on you. I have 6% ERS.
Dan is looking to get past Leo on this lap. Leo lacking with 5% ERS. Dan with around 25. And he's going to try and go around the outside. He almost runs into the back of Bram. And almost makes a little bit of contact with Leo. But the Williams drivers has switched positions as the rain comes falling down. And Nathan is going to make a move on Leo. Maybe not. He backs out there. Leo goes slightly wide. So he might have another go up here as Bobolowski gets his a 3-second time penalty.
Weather report.
Leo is dropping a bit back behind Dan, as Bram is still sitting behind empty, but they are on the medium tyres, so they will not have as much grip as the soft runners behind. But Dan trying to maybe make an overtake on either of these. Two drivers in the lead. People are going to start to pit soon as DRS gets disabled within a lap. But has anyone gone into the pits yet? No, actually, Medita on the intermediate tyres as Bram tries to go around the outside and make a move on empty. Not yet, but that is also brought down as Leo has spun at the exit of turn 2, and that might be his championship chances over as the two leaders make contact as they go side by side, but the positions aren't changed. This is side by side yet again as Bram takes the lead of the Brazilian Grand Prix. As Dan tries to go around the outside of empty and then back to the inside on the soft tyres. Dan up into P2. As Bram has spun at the final corner and Dan runs back into him.
Bram lost it.
That has ruined as
him as well.
As Rish goes up into P3 and takes the lead of the championship yet again. And Leo is now right at the back of his teammate. Bram makes one mistake as everyone now pours into the pits. And that is really not going to help Leo. And a lot of people getting speeding penalties.
Oh, fuck, I have a pit. I now have a front
got
wing
a speeding penalty.
Oh, GG.
Bro,
You should have let me go ahead then.
Rish also changing his front wing. So that
fully, he just lost it. Bram lost it and T-boned me. I was in the lead.
Oh, GG.
Isn't it the other way round? You T-boned him.
It's fine, it's fine, it's fine.
But Rish also getting a front wing change, and now he is the lead of the championship with no penalties. It is just now a game of mistakes. As the two Williams drivers have gone from P3 and P4 to P5 and P7. And Bram onto full wet tyres. So that could be a bold move. And that could be a move that comes back. As Dan has got into the wall. And he has got surely front wing damage there.
Oh my god, I lost it.
And his championship has gone
Safety car.
Absolutely everything as he actually almost hits Leo as he re-enters. And now he has to... He nearly lets Medita by and then...
Bro, Bram has fucked my race. I hate Bram.
I mean, he couldn't have done much.
Apart from not
pit onto West?
Yeah, but Dan, you did accelerate into him.
What's the play?
It's not
Bram losing more time on the full wets. But Rish could just hold this position and he will be the world champion for season 1. But Nathan could be looking to get... Would this be his maiden win? As he's 6 tenths behind Empty, and Empty is 2 more seconds of penalties. As Dan now takes a weird entry into the pits. And he's going to have another front wing change. I feel like Empty could have this in the bag, depending on how well Nathan... It's just a battle of mistakes, actually. Because Leo could still win this championship. If Rish makes a mistake, Leo's right behind. Leo can easily win this championship. Well, not. I wouldn't say easily. He can win it, though. We can all... Everyone, I mean, safety car and everyone can win it. Well, I mean, all the top 3 can. Bram's still on the wet tyres. He's losing even more time, though. This is a long-term play, and I don't think it's going to work out for him. But as it stands, Rish would be P3, Leo P6, Dan P8. So that would be Rish, Leo and Dan. That order in the championship. The closest gap is between the top two, but that gap is ever extending as Empty extends his gap by, I would say, around 2/10 a lap. But if there is another pit stop, Empty and Boblowski will serve their 5-second time penalties. As Bram has a little bit of oversteer coming through the middle sector. As Medita has caught up with Bram, he's still on the wet tyres, they're just not working for him there. As he is on 100% ERS. Empty's going to go for a move here. Maybe he sits back a little while as he goes very wide. And he's now going to swing around the outside. But Bram actually keeps the position as he brakes later. As there is a yellow flag, and that is Rish. He has made a mistake. If his front wing is still in contact, he will still be in the championship lead. But let's go back to this battle between Empty and Bram. Bram stays ahead, but that was a spin from Rish, and that has maybe made Leo a bit hungrier as Empty gets another penalty, so that puts Nathan in a bigger chance to win this race. As Medita tries to go on the outside, Leo gets his another 3 seconds, that puts him up to 9.
Go off.
Leo, you nearly had it there after Rish made that spin, but now with another 3-second time penalty, can you gap him by 9 seconds?
Yeah.
Dan, also, what role do you think you have to play still in this championship? With your 6 seconds of time penalties and a whole pit stop behind Bram. But to Leo, 2.3 behind Rish, as well as 9 seconds worth of penalties. This is where Rish had an incident last lap. He keeps it clean this lap, and he also but Leo with a big amount of oversteer through there. That could have ended up badly for Leo. But Medita has gained up all the way to P6, so he is definitely having a good recovery race as we have 12 laps left of the season finale. As there's a yellow flag for Bram, who on those wet tyres, they're just not working. Not working at all for him. After that spin and T-bone collision, as he now pits with, I believe, Dan and Rish. It's not been the same. As Leo is really gaining on Rish, but I don't think in 12 laps he can gap him. He does, but that is considering he doesn't get any more penalties and he has got a fair amount of warnings. Medita 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Everyone now on the intermediate. And the most positions gained has been between 3, 4, 5 and 6. But Bram with the most positions lost. As Leo now within a second of Rish. As Rish goes very wide through there, Leo is really all over the back. As he's going to try and get past him, they squeeze each other. Leo off the track, and he really loses time there. That is really... And he hits the barrier. That is damage for Leo, and that might be a penalty coming Rish's way. But I don't think it will change anything. If Leo, his front wing looks intact, but I'm not sure it is. And I think he might need to pit. Leo, your thoughts on that collision between you and Rish?
Well, he's just shoved me onto the grass and then pushed me all the way wide.
through my
Oh,
eyes,
side by
I
side
think
with
that will be a penalty coming his way. But at this point in the championship, it might not change any
You'll
of
get a
the
Well,
penalty.
it'll be
standings.
a place. It'll be a place penalty, surely.
No, those
Stick
are not. It will be a time penalty.
If he does a time penalty, well, he has to get something there.
Yeah, he will be
And
getting a
that
time
actually
penalty.
affects the race.
Did you get damage?
No, I kept out the wall, but he's just.
Oh, on my on the screen here, you went straight into that barrier.
No, I scraped it. I didn't get damage from it. But like,
I'm so
even
quick.
so, I've like, he's just.
Gaining so much time. I've gained in about 5 laps. I've gained 14
But
seconds.
like, I don't know how he can just shove me wide like that, and then like, he has to give the place back or something.
Nathan within 5 or 6 tenths of Bobolowski. As I'm a steward and looking at that incident, I think it's going to be a 5-second time penalty for Rish. That is my current verdict. No video seen, just straight through my eyes, live as it happened. In my opinion, 5-second time penalty will be coming to Rish. I don't see any more, considering Leo only lost about 4 seconds, and I don't see position. I don't see point deductions happening as Bobolowski goes very wide, and that has really helped Nathan. Is he going to try and make a move up here? He is. He goes down the inside, back up into P2, but Bobolowski is still there. But now Nathan is a full car length ahead of the Alpine. But this battle could continue. As there's a yellow flag ahead, and it is Bram who has gone into the wall in sector 3 as he spins the car back around. He's going to need to pit, and he also needs to get out of the way of this battle for P2, and he does not interfere that much, or he doesn't interfere at all. But Bram going from P2 to P8, and I'm pretty sure he has damage. It looked like he had damage, but Bobolowski's still with him. But Leo is really catching up to Rish. I wonder if Rish might have damage, or if he's just not that quick in the wet. We're going to go live to hear Leo. I'm not going to make any comments, just to hear if they're his plans. Leo gets another 3-second time penalty, exceeding track limits.
Yeah, that's bullshit. I got a warning from him pushing me out, so there's not much I can do about that.
Leo within 8 tenths. We're going to go. I'm going to be silent for the next lap, just going to hear his personal opinions.
But you can see how much I'm gaining on him, can't you? But I got a time penalty because of I got a 1 warning from when he pushed me off, so
I'm about to make the best recovery ever on Medsta. He had a 25-second gap to me. Now it's at 5. At 5.3 now.
same place again where he pushed me wide. Catched him, forced him a bit. Drone's a lot heavier now, though.
No.
Doesn't look like Leo's gaining too much here, so we'll go. Oh!
Did he punt you there?
That's
No, that
Leo
was
in
me.
the wall,
You got damage.
Yeah.
and that
Oh, that's got him there then.
has. And Medita is
Right,
also
this way.
round. It could be full
Double yellow flag.
wets,
Oh, come on. There's a double yellow flag.
as there is a virtual
You're-
safety car.
It's only VSC.
Some drivers might be making a free pit stop onto full wet tyres, depending on
Oh, it's not going to
thoughts.
help though, because it's not going to bunch us up.
Oh, but nah, I'm pissed. Rishi's ruined it.
Honestly, send it on him, take him out.
Daniel. I wasn't deafened at that point. So if that does happen, there will be a punishment.
For me, not him.
No, for the team.
No, he can't. Well, yeah, team chat. Yeah.
Are you going to punt him?
No.
What you can do?
Well, there's not much I can do. As I've got.
Try and hold him up or something then. Or something.
Safety car useful.